Have no fear. The bar is here. Okay, let's get into it. Pusha T and Jay-Z were named inside some newly released Epstein files. Now, I watched a video setting Nash on this. I'll go ahead and he read it. Basically, what it says is that there was this woman who was sex trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, and she woke up into some type of a room. Jay-Z was in there. Jeffrey Epstein was in there. Jay-Z didn't do nothing, but Harvey Weinstein, my bad. Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein was in there, and Harvey Weinstein began to abuse her. Jay-Z ain't do nothing. That's inside like the transcripts. My thing is, will you ever get to whether or not who were the abusers? I saw this one thing where Pam Bondi said that we're not going to be releasing any videos about any children being abused. And the whole time I was thinking, like, there's no way this woman really thinks that we want to see children be abused. There's no way this woman really thinks it's not it's not us wanting to see children being abused. Nobody wants to see that. However, we do want to know which one of your colleagues was abusing these children with Jeffrey Epstein. Because I think they also name a former director of like some type of law enforcement or something. Let's go ahead and read this. Each occasion, Blank believed she was drugged. Excuse me. Clouding her memory, Blank attributed the druggings as frequently performed by persons assigned to handlers, whom she described as persons who established friendships with the victims along with her handlers. Blank identified the artist as Pusha T. They're naming Pusha T as a handler. In approximately 2007, Blank attended a party. Blank, following invitations from the unknown man who approached her and her as she walked down the street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and drugged her before engaging in sexual abuse. Blank claimed to have additional information of other persons involved in the enterprise and information related to racketeering conduct and support of the trafficking. Blank further believed she was under surveillance and stalked at the direction of the people involved in the sex abuse. Blank confirmed she was not diagnosed with any mental illness. Blank refused to provide her physical address, ad what is that? Advising that she maintained no permanent address. Rather, she moved between staying at different hotels. They will name this about Pusha T. How much power does Pusha T have? I'm like, there's really nobody to protect Pusha T. Here's the thing. They say that Jeffrey Epstein ran a blackmail ring of some of the most powerfulest individuals inside of the whole entire world. Businessmen, people with political power, people in positions of authority, and he would collect this blackmail type of information on them so that different agendas can get done to push different things. Like, say, if we'll use Donald Trump as an example. Donald Trump is in the Jeffrey Epstein files as well. They're not naming him as abusing anybody, but he's in there. He's got a picture with Jeffrey Epstein. Let's say that there's information that proves Donald Trump abused some children, or there's information that can make it appear that Donald Trump was abusing children. I'm like, what will an individual do to stop that information from coming out? They say this was he was a pedo. He was doing all kinds of stuff. But I just don't believe that. Now I do think Pusha T needs to come out and address something. We also going to watch a clip from City Nash as well. But do I necessarily believe that Jay-Z and Pusha T was involved in this type of? No, I don't. Let's move on. Okay. And I'm just reading this because City Nash read it, and so we don't gotta go through his whole video. Okay, it says on July 10th, 2019 at 8:20 a.m. blank 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 called the FBI National Threat Operations Center NTOC to identify herself as a victim of sex abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. Blank provided the following information. In approximately 1994, Blank revealed herself to Blank as a past victim of sex abuse by Epstein. Blank described the abuse occurred during parties. Blank further identified Blank as a friend of Blank. A lot of redactions. In approximately 1996, the year I was born, the best year, Blank, what is that? Recited with Blank and Blank. An unknown man abducted Blank from her home when she later woke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter Jay-Z. While Weinstein had inserted his fingers into Blank, Blank believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Established Blank estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions, awakening each time in a opulent indoor setting. Blank suffered from sex abuse on multiple occasions of those occasions in which Epstein participated. Blank, what is that? I apologize for the blank recall. Leon Black and William Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of these occasions of abuse. In approximately 2006, Blank last recalled being abused by Epstein. That's the end of it. Okay, I apologize about the awful reading I just did. But look right here. It says Leon Black and William Barr, current United States Attorney Generals. These are the individuals I believe that were being blackmailed. People in positions of power. I'm not saying that they did anything. This is just a transcript by the FBI. It makes you kind of wonder what is so special about protecting a dead pedophile. Jeffrey Epstein is dead, and it seems like they still protecting the guy, protecting his friends, his colleagues as well. Let's go to a City Nash video. We just gonna we gonna react to the last part of it. Already watched the whole video through. All he does is just like read the transcripts. There's a couple of things beforehand.
Two mans like Drake and LeBron allegedly. Now all of this stuff is alleged. All of this shit is alleged. So I'm not knowing anything about nothing. But if Pusha T and Harvey Weinstein was kicking it, I gotta ask one simple question: why didn't Harvey Weinstein put Pusha T on? So you messing around with the king of making movies and the king maker of making movies, and you ain't even get. I gotta look this up real quick. I'm gonna do this in what's the name? I gotta look this up in freaking real time because this right here ain't making no sense. Now, this is all alleged, anyways, and I think part of this plan was to basically say and make a lot of these people seem unreliable because they put Jay Z in there because it's Jay Z.
Facts.
Never said Jay Z did anything. Never did any of that crap. So when they try to come out and say anything, they always gonna say, "Oh, Jay Z was there" and all this shit. Except for the one girl who tried to do what she did, but then got destroyed. But I'm just trying to understand where the hell is Pusha T in any freaking Weinstein movie at all? Like at all?
Did they
Because
even know
I'm
one
not
another?
seeing it. But Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this call right here, and what they basically did, and this is what the government did, right? 3 million pages means anybody who said anything about Jeffrey Epstein when they called into any hotline, it all got there. Hell, I could have said Jeffrey Epstein abducted my dog and held him for ransom, and I'm calling the FBI for help. And I could be lying just to try to make a fake slap lawsuit on Jeffrey Epstein. But I will say this: that Hollywood elite shit, that's true as hell. When y'all want to talk about Illuminati and all this shit, you ain't got to look no further than those who flaunt and floss money who want to be around those who look and flaunt and floss money. So these cats going to some exquisite ass hotel and all these parties and all that. Remember, Jay Z once said in his Grammy family, what's the name, freestyle, that he wanted to be, in all of these rooms and all that stuff with Phil Rizzuto and what's the so yeah. I don't know, bro. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, God damn, bro. Hell, nah. So yeah, nah. But I'm just telling y'all, bro. Check out Jay Z's Grammy Family freestyle. This shit eerily sounds like some shit like this, where he basically rapping like, "I want to be in those rooms. I want to be a billionaire." The Fred Blojevich, or whatever the hell his name is. Anyways, Pusha-T, bro, you got some explaining to do. If you don't do anything but flat out deny, you guilty of sin. It don't matter. You can say, bro, you've been to a club or whatever, bro, until they drop a photo or they drop a picture or a text message or some shit like that, then you better deny ever even seeing this man. You don't have any Hollywood videos or Hollywood movies and all this shit, but maybe she was in a room. Maybe y'all took turns swapping out or something like that. I don't know, but Pusha T, you better say something because this shit is
Yeah, they're saying you were a handler, bro. They're saying you was a handler.
BA bag. But hey, y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one. Click right here though to see how yellow.
Okay, so we're gonna call this one right here. Yeah, like Jeffrey Epstein, Jay-Z, and Pusha T, named in Jeffrey Epstein doc, released by the FBI. Yep. The allegations came from a report filed on the FBI hotline in 2019. So this came from a hotline. This isn't like the victim. We don't even know who they are. This could have been a 40-year-old man calling in about this. Because it also said that they didn't even have like a residence. Like whenever they, in this video, where is it? I mean, in this slide, United States president during the occasion. It says it in here somewhere. They don't have a place of residence. They were just staying in different hotel from hotel room. Hey, look, that's gonna be the end of the video. You guys get inside the comments below. Let me know what you think about this. Is this believable? Is this believable right here? And I say again, Pam Bondi said one time that we're not gonna be showing any children being abused as if that's what we wanted to see. That woman is a lunatic. It's not what we want to see, Pam Bondi. We want to know which one of your colleagues inside of that same room, probably inside of that same room you were sitting in when you made that statement, was abusing those children with Jeffrey Epstein. Because I think it was some of your colleagues that was abusing them children. I think that it was. I think it was some senators, district attorneys, attorney generals, FBI directors, congressmen and women. Yeah. You guys can decide the comments below. Let me think about this. It's your boy. And I'll see you on the next one.